Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for September 2022. We're going to jump right in here, Aquarius, and we are going to take a look at your current general energies in this first row. Sorry, I was not ready to do this, but here we go. In your next row, we're going to look at anything unexpected that could be coming in for you. You're like the 10th sign that has had something about a gift coming in, so you have this gift card. There clearly could be a gift. In your next row, we're going to look at the good stuff that's coming in for you, just in general. In your last row, we're going to look at any messages from your guides or your ancestors, pretty much both. So that'll be that. On top of that, damn it, I knew I've been fixing all my decks because when I moved, they all fell together, right? And so I thought I finally got these all fixed, and this is the one. I knew that there was a deck that had two Eight of Wands in it. And it's this one. So I found it, at least, Aquarius. But you have the Eight of Wands twice. I'm pretty sure this happened to you recently, where you got the Eight of Wands twice again. So clearly, communication could be very important for you. But at the end, we're going to pull 5 main themes for your month. And we're also going to pull 3 yes or no questions. In your first, for the general energies in September, you have this polite declaration card. It says you can move in whatever direction you need to accomplish your goals. It is time for you to get out there, claim what is yours, and stay in your power. There you go. So I feel like you need to claim what is yours. I kind of feel there's a sense of control here, something that you feel controls you or something that you feel is controlling you. Could be a person, could be an Aries. You have Emperor showing up here. For others, it could just be, one of a billion other things. So I feel for some of you, this is about kind of needing to do something that's a little bit outrageous. You can see that this crab has all these polka dots on it. I don't know, it's standing out to me. And so I feel for some of you that doing something outrageous or kind of doing something, and I'm not saying like outrageous in a crazy way, I'm just saying doing something that is maybe outside the norm for what you would normally do, that is going to be the answer for you, Aquarius, this month. You have the Eight of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Emperor. The Queen of Swords, I kind of feel this is just like the energy that you're embracing this month. I feel you understand, you have this Y card as well. And what kind of the two cards, for whatever reason, they're popping into my head as connected, the Queen of Swords and that Y card. And I kind of feel it's saying that you have a good grasp on like why things are happening this month. You can see that the clouds are only halfway up her body, and she finally sees things clearly. So I feel that if you've been dealing with anything at all, that you see clearly like why it's happening. I also feel that you kind of see some moves that you need to make, and you're just seeing how to do it. Right next to it, you have the Six of Wands, which is success. You have the Eight of Wands again twice. Eight of Wands can be communication. So I do feel there could be important news or communication obviously coming in for you. In your last row, Page of Pentacles as well. Some of you could be receiving good news or just positive communication in general. But the Eight of Wands is like quick success. And I do feel there are some quick successes coming in for you. What I would say is if I was being super picky about this reading, you go from the Eight of Wands to the Six of Wands to the Knight of Pentacles, which is like a brick wall. I feel for some of you, Eight of Wands, the information that you're shooting out to the universe is correct. Six of Wands, you start to become successful. Knight of Pentacles is a brick wall. And it's no mistake that he is going towards the Eight of Wands, right? And just putting all the pieces of the puzzle together here, you have the Sun. On the Sun card, there is a brick wall behind this child. And for some of you, I wouldn't say that maybe that you're blocking your happiness necessarily, but I do feel that, if you're wondering what to do in your life, I would move more towards your happiness, your inner child with that energy. You do have this Emperor here, and I do feel like a controlling energy or some sort of control that you have been experiencing from an Emperor. The Emperor could also just be Saturn, and Saturn's energy, even though, yes, I understand that the Emperor represents Mars, but intuitively I'm getting something about Saturn, so you might want to look at your chart and see where Saturn is or what's going on with Saturn in your chart, because there could be, depending on what house it's in, depending on if you have any, transits to your Saturn, your natal Saturn, or any transits to where Saturn is now, all those things could be affecting you, but again, without knowing your chart, I can't tell you exactly what it is, but it popped into my head as Saturn. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant can be marriage. It can also be traditions. Hierophant is also inside the box thinking. And sometimes I feel like we need outside the box thinking. Again, like I said, outrageous. I don't know why that word popped into my head with the that crab on that card. But I feel outrageous, kind of like outside the box thinking is going to be your best friend at this time. Doing things that, and again, I don't mean anything like crazy. I just mean that you could be doing some things that you never thought you would do before. You could be like doing something like traveling or, traveling pops into my head. Eight of Wands twice, Knight of Pentacles, a lot of traveling, movement, energy. You could also be just, kind of having an experience, and it would probably be something that is different. Hierophant, sometimes I think of as like our morals, values, ethics, like how we were raised, as children. And with Neptune and Pisces, as I've said a million times before, pretty much Neptune and Pisces, I think is, just saying, why do you believe the things that you believe? And also, do you have to keep doing the things that you were raised to do? Some of those things, the answer is yes. Some of those things, the answer is no. And there is no right or wrong either. Neptune and Pisces just ask the question, like, why do you believe these things that you believe? And I feel you could be questioning a lot of that. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Knight of Pentacles. You have the Knight of Pentacles twice. I feel this as a brick wall energy. Again, it's kind of weird because I feel this energy of getting very close to success. I'm not calling you out here. I know I say this all the time, Aquarius, but I don't know if you get very close to success with something and then you're backing off. That's almost how I feel here, where you get very close and then maybe you're doing things to self-sabotage yourself, or maybe you're allowing things to creep into your life, like people, places, and things that do sabotage your success. So it's like every time you get very close to a success, maybe something is coming in. Again, I'm not calling you out here. I'm not telling you what to do, but it's something I would look at. If you find yourself doing that, every time you get close to a success, something happens, like an outside influence affects your life. And you might be saying that you have no control over that. Maybe you don't, but maybe what you do have control over is how you react to it, or if it's a person, how much time do you give to that person, And I feel like it's this Emperor energy. Here you go, Five of Pentacles. This causes sadness for you. Whatever this Emperor is, I feel could be something that causes sadness or heartbreak or steals your energy, just in general. And again, I'm not going to sugarcoat the reading. Really good reading. I just think this is something that you could work on if you want to. Again, I don't tell people what to do. I don't think tarot should tell you what to do. I just think that it's kind of saying that it is something that's almost like a black cloud in your life that could be stealing your energy, whatever it is. Person, place, or thing, right? And so that's that. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this gift card. I do feel there is a gift available to you. This gift is somewhere below the surface. I almost feel that you have to explore your emotions intuitively with this card. I also feel like the gift is coming from you, coming from yourself. It's almost like a gift that you're giving yourself. And I kind of feel that maybe if you do some inner exploration, that's where it's coming in. That message came in very clear. So what I would say is maybe some meditation. We have Mercury going retrograde this month, so great time to meditate, great time for deep interpersonal work, right? And I would be doing those things with that card because I feel like there are gifts like inside of you. You have the Queen of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, and the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups could be some regrets. But again, as I always say with the Five of Cups, by being grateful for what you do have, he has these two cups behind him. The two cups lead to this bridge in the castle. So it's like he gets much more than he realized. The Five of Cups also says like something needs to change. And I kind of feel that energy for you where something had to change recently, maybe over the past like 2 months or so, or maybe 3 months actually. I don't trust psychic timing, by the way. The universe doesn't wear a watch. But I don't know, I'm getting like 3 months. Past 3 months, something has changed in your life. And this to me is saying that the thing had to change so that maybe you had to have something that maybe you feel like you regret the loss, right? He's crying because he's lost his taste for wine. He's lost his taste for something that he once enjoyed. But what he doesn't realize is like there's a lot of good stuff coming in for him, the bridge and the castle mostly, but also it's like sometimes I think we just lose our taste for things in life because we've had too much of it, I always tell a story. My mom wouldn't let me eat junk food when I was a kid. So one Christmas, I asked my mom for Pringles because I loved Pringles, and I ate like an entire thing of Pringles and made me sick. And now I can't even say the word Pringles without getting nauseous, right? Because I ate all of it. I lost my taste for the one thing in life that I loved, right? And I feel that for some of you where it's like maybe something has been your Pringles, where you had too much of it. And so it's like you loved it, but at the same time, you're kind of like moving on from it. You have the Six of Wands here. I feel like there's a lot of celebration and success for you. I feel this energy of needing to push through things. Like, it's like sometimes there are days where, like, I don't want to work, right? There are days where I don't want to do readings. Those days, luckily, are few and far between. But there's definitely a time in my life where I really had to motivate myself and really had to kind of get things done. I would always just promise myself that I would just do one. I would just get one done. Back in the day when things were tough, I would just say, okay, just do one reading, do one video, and at least get that done, right? And then things started to get better. And usually on most days where I would say, okay, just do one, right? Just get one done, just see what happens. I would end up doing like 10, right? So sometimes I think we just need to get in the flow. For whatever reason, I feel like that's what's coming up for you. I also feel like purposeful work is going to be very important for you. It's like sometimes I feel like we could be feeling bad about whatever. And it's like if we just kind of like throw stuff out there as far as work or business is concerned, it doesn't do as well if we do it on purpose. So I'd make sure that you're doing everything on purpose that you want to do, like with your health, with your business, with everything. You also have the Queen of Pentacles here. Queen of Pentacles is all about your focus. She is focused on that pentacle. She's not focused on this rabbit right here. Rabbits can represent, fertility and abundance, but on this card, it represents her anxiety. And she's focusing on that pentacle. She's not focusing on her anxiety. So in a lot of ways, I feel, again, that there's a gift in working through something inside of you and, with that gift card. And I feel that you need to maybe do some inner work or some meditation or just slow things down or look for some inner answers. You know the answers. Again, as I always say, there's no reason to watch tarot, right? I do this for a living. I love it. But at the same time, you have all the answers inside of you. And I feel like you need to kind of listen to those inner answers. Let's see what's going on here. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Work. There's something about work here coming up. I would like, part of me feels like saying I would be careful of burying yourself in work. I feel like there are some things that need to be faced here. But at the same time, Eight of Pentacles is a card of success and abundance. It's like a card of material success on the horizon. So I feel like there's a lot of money coming in for you. With the Six of Wands, you have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes the dream work, of course. So anything you're working on, if you can find good people to work with or be on a team with, I feel that'll be extremely beneficial for you with the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles, is a card of quality work as well. What did I say? I was getting something on that Six of Wands of like quality, the quality of the work that you're doing being super important. I don't know. It's like I used to work with a kid at a cafe that I worked with. It's like if he had a bad day, let me tell you, everybody had a bad day there where we worked, right? We finally had to get rid of him because, he was just such a negative influence, right? But the thing is he actually wasn't a bad kid. And, he could have done very well, but he created this, misery for everyone, including himself. And, I kind of feel, I feel that here where, I don't know if that story makes sense to your situation here, Aquarius, but I feel a need to make sure that what you're doing, it would be better to do things of quality than it would be just to kind of go through the motions. And I know it's hard, like if you're having a bad day, but I would just try to do whatever you can to make sure that you kind of change your mood around or something. I don't know, it's important, it's showing up. With the Five of Cups, you have the Five of Swords. Next to that Five of Pentacles, 555 could be important for you. Definitely could be a big change coming in for you here, 555, right? And there's like a separation that's going on here as well. Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords. That could be from an Aries or the Emperor situation, the Black Cloud situation, which again, is that a bad thing? I would say no. If you're separating away from something that has been a black cloud in your life, something that has been kind of sucking you down, right? Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Y card. I feel this could be you like discovering answers just in general. Like I said, with that Queen of Swords energy, I feel like they're connected. I feel like you could also be receiving answers about, why certain things have happened in your life in general, like what the whole point of the experience or the experiences that you have had. I feel like you could be discovering like why, obviously, you had to go through those things. You have the Sun, the Strength card, and the Knight of Pentacles. A lot of happiness here. The Sun is the best card in the tarot. It is your, being very happy, your emotions overflowing, just happiness in general coming in for you. It's also like there's a certain lightness about the card. He's carrying this banner, and this banner is meant to look very heavy, but he's carrying it very, very easily. So I feel for a lot of you, I'm not saying that your life is becoming easier necessarily. I don't think we should wish for life to get easier, as I always say, but I do feel there's kind of like a certain flow. The other thing that's really standing out to me is that there are some straight rays on the Sun, and there are some squiggly kind of lines on the Sun here as well. The Sun represents a combination of the Sun and the Moon energy, kind of represents both, but almost is popping to my head that you are leaving a Moon period, a period of fear, lack, doubt, all that other stuff, and you're kind of entering into a Sun period, which is nice. You have the Strength card. Again, this is kind of where I was getting the fact that working on yourself right now would be very beneficial. Any inner demons or any inner critic stuff that you could work on, this lion is submitting to her. And this lion kind of represents her inner beast. And I feel for a lot of you that you could be working on some deep inner changes, and I feel that would be very beneficial for you. The Strength card is being seen as strong. So it's like, if you do this, the people in your life will see you as very strong. And finally, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Again, the brick wall of the reading, this is showing up in the area of the good stuff. So this could say that you're pushing past the point where you would normally give up on things or walk away from things. And I feel like that's critically important for whatever reason in your reading. It's almost like, again, I'm not suggesting you sabotage yourself, but again, I mean, I've done it. I'm a Pisces. I've done this a million times in my life where it's like something good, I'm working on something good and I get like a little bit of fear and I run away from it, right? Or I allow something to creep into my life. But for you, I feel it's a little different because, again, I feel like there's a black cloud situation that you're trying to get rid of or trying to get over. With the Sun, you have the Ten of Swords. Again, this is the good stuff. So even though the Ten of Swords is considered to be a challenging card, this is a good thing because it's showing up in the good stuff, obviously. And normally on the Ten of Swords, the Sun is rising. So again, I feel like you're just leaving a moon period, entering into a sun period. With the Strength card, you have the Emperor. It's like you are taking control here now over a situation, which I feel like you should be doing. You could also be showing like a person, the Emperor controlling person. If you happen to have a person in your life who's controlling, you could be showing them how strong you are with this energy, or kind of taking your strength back. I almost said black because I noticed this black sun that's right here. And I kind of like, it's interesting to me that I said black cloud as well. And it's almost as if on this card, it's almost as if that there's like a black spot over the sun that's preventing the happiness. I'm just putting two and two together here, Aquarius, that, I would be very focused on your own happiness and doing things that can create more happiness in your life. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Four of Wands. It could be marriage. I don't really see this as a love reading. I see this as a very deep personal development reading where you're really, really working on yourself on a deep level. And the Four of Wands is a card of freedom. It's a card of being set free. So I do, again, feel that part of the good stuff that could be coming in for you is freedom. In your last row here for messages from your guides, you have this Turtle card. There's a couple of things here. I feel there's a very deep connection to home for you here. And, it's almost as if some of the things you want are outside of home. I'm not suggesting that your guides are saying like you literally have to leave home. I just think that for some of you, this could be like traveling or moving. Or for others, it could say that leaving a comfort zone, the home represents safety, security, comfort, and protection. And I feel for some of you that leaving a comfort zone is kind of where it's at. That's where I feel like all the success and abundance is for you with this energy. You have the Page of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, and the Eight of Wands in this row. I feel like there's communication coming in for you here. For some reason, I feel like it's in your dreams or your daydreams or when you meditate. So, I would pay attention during those times. Even like you have the Four of Swords. I feel there are moments where I'm driving a car. I'll just tell you, I'll be driving my car and I like forget like 20 minutes of driving and where I totally am zoned out. Probably not a good thing, right? But, I kind of get messages sometimes when I'm like driving long distances on a, back road or something. And I feel that for some of you where you need to pay attention to these messages. They're literally, for some of you, I feel it's literally your guides are being like, hey, you need to focus on this or do that. And I would pay attention to those moments. You have the Four of Swords, card of blessings. I feel you've been hoping for blessings for a very long time. I also feel like saying don't give up for some reason here, Aquarius. For those of you that feel like giving up or feel like you can't make changes in your life, I feel like the blessings are coming. There's a person who's receiving blessings. Sorry, I can't get my hand to work, but there's a person receiving blessings from another person right here. And so I feel there are big blessings coming in for you. And, I feel like it hasn't been easy, but I also feel like saying don't give up. You also have the Eight of Wands, again, another card of communication. You have it twice. And I feel like you need to listen to your intuition on a much deeper level. I also feel like there are quick conclusions coming in for you in your life. So I would pay attention to things that are kind of like coming and going. But the Eight of Wands is a card of success. So I do feel there are successes coming in for you. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Swords. Again, you start and end with the Queen of Swords. So I feel you see things clearly. Another card of messages. You're understanding things on a deep level. So, it'll be interesting. We're going to obviously do another reading in the middle of the month. And it'll be interesting to see what the update is. It's almost like, I always tell people that, to me, tarot is loose guidance at best. So even though this reading seems heavy, to me, there is no such thing as like a bad or a heavy tarot reading. It's loose guidance at best. But it'll also be interesting to see where, like, if you do the work here, you could turn around the second half. Not that I think the first half is bad either, or this, this is the whole entire month in general. I don't really think it's bad. I just think you're kind of working on yourself. with the Four Swords, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Again, do not give up here, Aquarius. I'm telling you right now, whatever you're thinking, if you've been thinking about giving up on something, work, business, or love, or otherwise, I feel your rewards are coming. Ten of Pentacles. So do not give up for sure. Ten of Pentacles is amazing. And with the Eight of Wands, you have the Fool. The Fool is asking you to take some sort of risk. Again, be outrageous. I feel like for some of you, there is this energy of needing to be outrageous at this time, like I said. And again, take that with a grain of salt, I feel there's a lot of opportunity for you to maybe do some things that kind of put you outside your comfort zone. The polka dot crab, maybe you need to wear some polka dots or something. And doing that will kind of lead to a big change, I feel. We're going to pull 5 main themes for you now for the month of September, and we're just going to see what comes up. You start off here with this Death card. It says, pay attention to your work. I mean, are you kidding me? Literally, what I said on 6 of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles, there is something about your work and paying attention, like paying very close attention to what you're doing, but for whatever reason, I feel like it has to do with the quality of the work. And again, if you're in a mood, and again, not calling you out here, not saying that you are in a bad mood or anything, but I would make sure to try to kind of like just do something, right, to make sure that you're doing quality work. It's almost as if I see you like spinning your tires, where I feel like if you're just doing work just to do work, I feel like you're going to feel exhausted. You're going to feel just not great, but I feel like if you say to yourself, okay, I'm just gonna, give myself, and be kind to yourself. Like I said, give yourself, just be like, I'm just gonna do 5 minutes, solid effort on whatever you're working on. Could be anything. And, just do that. I feel you'll feel so much better. I don't know why that's so important, but it is popping up. Next, you have this Wall card. It says misunderstanding. Some of you could be dealing with a misunderstanding in your life, or just misunderstandings in general. We are entering into Mercury retrograde, so I would be careful of misunderstandings as well. There's a lot of communication here, so I would say if there are misunderstandings, I think these things will clearly be cleared up very, very quickly. And again, in the area of the good stuff, you have the Sun. The Sun makes the whole reading more positive. You have this Pig card. It says, beware of greed. I would just say, again, Mercury retrograde. I've noticed throughout all the readings that the Knight of Swords has come up quite a bit. Knight of Swords can kind of represent needing to get a second opinion on something. You don't have the Knight of Swords, but again, I'm just saying I've noticed it come up quite a bit. So I would be careful of anyone who's like, oh, it's going to be like $6,000 to fix your car, when it probably isn't. I would just make sure to get a second opinion on things. Next, you have this Claw card that says, be careful, do not take risks. I feel like this is more talking about calculated risk. It's saying don't just take any old risk just to fix a situation in your life. I feel it's saying, again, I would, with that Crab card that you had at the beginning, I definitely feel like you should take risks. But these are more like, calculated risks, things that you're thinking about. And I would say again that these are risks that push you outside of a comfort zone. The Claw card, I feel like, is saying don't take the type of risk that is just rushed thinking, right? Sometimes maybe we're uncomfortable in business, so we just rush and we just do something, right? And again, I got that feeling here. 6 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles. Same thing in love as well. It's like sometimes we just want love, so we just date anyone, right? I feel like this is saying, like, slow things down, take a risk, but make sure they're thoughtful. Finally, you have this Grasshopper. It says situations in the balance that require careful handling. So again, you have a lot of stuff here about being careful. Grasshoppers are like, leaps and bounds energy. So there still could be success, a lot of success coming in for you. But I do feel there could be situations that are really actually important for you. And that just hit me here, Aquarius. I feel there could be some situations where maybe you're discovering like what's truly important to you and what is a black cloud in your life, what is hanging over your head in your life, and you're just, I feel like it's kind of saying, pay more attention to the good things, obviously, not the bad things. But let's dig into this here, Aquarius, and let's see what is going on for you. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3 right here. So if you have questions, feel free to pause the reading to think of your questions, 1, 2, and 3. For question number 1, you have the 5 of Swords. I would say no. This is like walking away from something here. And I feel like saying 3 chances, so I would say no. For question number 2, you have the 6 of Swords. I would say yes. Moving on to calmer shores for sure. Again, if you're thinking about cutting something toxic out of your life, the woman and the child on this boat they have nothing with them. That's the whole point, is that they only have the clothes on their back. They're making a complete change for hopes of a brighter future, and they're definitely finding it by going, across the choppy waters. And finally, you have the Death card. I would actually say yes, especially if you're asking about making a change, then I would definitely say yes with that Death card. But pretty, pretty interesting reading. I wouldn't even actually call it heavy. I think, there's definitely some stuff that you're going through, I feel, at this time. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but all in all, I feel like there's a lot of good stuff coming in for you as well. So thank you for being here, Aquarius. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.